Welcome back to part 2 of lesson 6. This is where we're going to solve a system of inequalities which contain more than 2 inequalities. So the first 2 inequalities here are already set up and ready to graph. So the first one we'll graph in red, and what we know is we know that we have a y-intercept of -1, and we know that because we have a y-intercept of -1, that means that it is intersecting at -1. It does not show or equal to, so we're going to have a dotted line going straight across. Numbers that are bigger than -1 would be 0, 1, 2, so we are shading above our line here. Our second inequality has a x-intercept of -2. So we'll go ahead and graph this one. In blue, we have a y-intercept, an x-intercept of -2. It shows or equal to, so we do need to have a solid line going through our x-intercept at -2. And then this shows bigger than -2, so numbers that would be bigger than -2 would include numbers such as -1, 0, 1, and so on. So we are going to shade to the right. Now my last inequality we're going to do in green. And what you'll notice on this is it's not quite set up for slope-intercept form. So we are going to rearrange it by subtracting x, and that will become 2y is less than or equal to -x plus 4. And then from here, we're going to divide everything by 2, which gives us an inequality of y is less than or equal to -1/2 x. And then 4 divided by 2 is 2. So this tells me that I'm going to have a y-intercept of 2, so we'll start there. And then we are going to have a slope of 1/2, so up 1 to the right 2, up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2. We can also go down 1, left 2, down 1, left 2. Oopsie. Down 1, left 2, down 1, left 2. And this one will also be a solid line. So we are going to, whoopsie, this is really touchy. So we have a solid line, and where we are going to shade are numbers that are less than -2. So that is going to be -1, 0, 1. Okay, we're going to go ahead and shade this in yellow since that's the color that's showing up. So numbers that are less than +2 would be below our line here. So our solution is a very, very small little spot here. And what our solution tells us is it can be anything on this line, and then it has to be to the right of this solid line, and then anything above the dotted line. So anything in here, it just can't be on or touching the dotted line. So possible solutions here, you could have a possible solution of -2, 0. You could have a possible solution, so -2, 0 is right there. You could have a possible solution of 3, 1, of 4, 4, 4 on the line. You could have 5, 4. You could have 6, 4. So anything in here on that line, and then remember it can extend to the right as well. All right, our last one where we have 3 inequalities. So since I have green up, let's go with y is greater than 1. So we have a dotted line at an intercept of y being 1. Numbers that would be bigger than y greater than 1 could be, give me the green, I'm trying to click my green color here, there we go. So numbers that are greater than 1 would be above the line. Okay, we're going to do x is less than or equal to 4. We'll do that in blue. So my x-intercept's at 4. It says less than or equal to. So we're going to have a solid line this time. And it says less than 4. So we would shade to the left here of my line. So anything to the left of that line. And then our last one is y is greater than or equal to negative x plus 1. So we start off with a y-intercept of 1, and then we also have a slope of negative 1. So we're going to go down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. We can also go up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1, and so on. This also would be a solid line. And your solution, well, you're going to shade above the line because numbers that are bigger than 1 would be above the line. So we're going to shade here. Now I'm going to shade in black the solution area. If I can get my black color here. There we go. So anything on this line. Okay, remember that the green is a dotted line, so right above the dotted line, straight up going on top of that. So anything in this area is a solution, and remember you can extend that up because that would also extend. So a possible solution could not be 1, 1. The reason for that is it's because it's touching a dotted line. It could, however, be 1, 2. It could also be 4, 2 because that is on the solid blue line. It could also be negative 2, 3 because negative 2, 3 is right here, which is also on a solid line. So remember, solutions are those that are either double shaded when you have 2 inequalities, or if there's 3 inequalities, they would have to be triple shaded. If you have any questions, this is the last lesson, so this is your last chance. If you have questions, make sure you get those answered before your quiz and also especially before your test. But once you go online and you check this assignment, make sure you go on to the quiz review and you get ready for the 3rd and final quiz of this chapter. Thank you and have a wonderful day.